Today on A Common Good MTG, we're playing Red Deck Wins. What does that mean? Well, it's a mono red deck. You can see red, and it just wins. It just wins. It's aggressive, it's powerful, and it's a great deck for taking out on the ladder. If that sounds good to you, then stay tuned to find out more. Hello and welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I'm your host, and this episode will be performed entirely by sock puppets, Dr. Yukon Socket. Yes, thank you. Filmed before a live studio audience. Thank you so much, Yukon Socket. Word to your mama. So I'm broadcasting to you from my secret underground headquarters, and I'm bringing to you a deck I found over on Mox Field, posted by Izzet19, called, well, Red Deck Wins 9.27. Funny part is I'm looking at it right now, he's got listed as Red Deck Wins 10.4. So apparently he's updated it since I downloaded this thing. It shouldn't be too different than what I see out there. Looks roughly the same. All right, super cool. So we're playing a mono red type of aggro deck. This is Red Deck Wins. Not quite mono red aggro, not mono red mice, but yeah, it's just a deck that likes to win. So I'm down with that. I can say my first favorite deck I ever played was mono red goblins, and that's how I learned to be an aggro player. And so I love playing mono red. I enjoy that. I like a goblin tribal. But we're not really playing with goblins here. We do have one, right? The Burnout Bashtronaut. And that's it. But other than that, it's not a tribal deck. We're not doing anything in particular, but we got a nice curve. And we got dudes that are aggressive and awesome. So if you like aggro decks, you're in for a good one tonight. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the cards in this deck. We'll talk a little bit how it works. And then we're going to go out. We're going to crush some hopes and dreams. What do we got here today? We got this guy who you can pump up a little bit, and he gets double strike when you do four bouts of damage to somebody. 2 points of damage to something, potentially 4. This does a point of damage whenever a lizard attacks, and you can pump it. Abrade does 3 points of damage to any target creature, destroy target artifact. This guy's got haste and prowess. What does it say? Whenever the first time you exile top card of the library, you may play it. So he's got a little bit of card draw, sorta. 3 points of damage to anything. This guy does a point of damage whenever an opponent draws a card. He's got first strike during your turn. This does 5 points of damage to any target. This guy has haste. He's a 3/3. Whenever it's dealt damage, you could deal that much damage to any other target. If you deal it to an opponent, they cannot gain life for the rest of the game. So suck it, life gain. This guy does damage equal to the number of non-basic lands that a player controls to you and your opponent, but we have 5 non-basic lands total. So as long as you want to have all of them out, it's not going to be too bad for you. Other than that, they can't gain life. So once again, suck it, life gain. And Nova Hellkite goes out as a 5/4 haste and flying for 3, and then it comes back, and then you have to put it out for 5 after that. So as you can see, we are anti-life gain, and life gain is the kryptonite of red deck aggro. So perfect. That's exactly what we need to do. All right, so what are we going to do? We're going to put out guys. We're going to get them out fast. We're going to clear the board if we have to. We'll use our creature-specific cards when we can, saving the other ones for shooting people in the face when we get the opportunity. If we need to, we'll still use them because our creatures are awesome. But yeah, if we absolutely need to, Lightning Strike will win the game for us. All right, so that's it. Now, before we go out and do our damage, let's do as we do every night. Let's say our prayers and talk about what is best in life. Hands together. Dear Black King Volgaroth, who dwells within the dark chambers of my heart, please hear my prayers and grant your blessings as we attempt to crush our enemies, see them driven before us, and to hear lamentations of the women. All right, put against half card, 97. All right, we just got to pick up a third mana, 4 for that one. This will get that guy out for 3. Let's turn off the tree. Don't need that pressure. Those guys are whiny bastards. They go, oh. 2. The question is, you can start counterspelling me now. What you gonna do? You gonna bounce them back? Yeah, you're gonna play some counterspells. What you're gonna do? Oh, good. Yeah, block him, man. I would love that. He's not going to gain life. We'll fine. We'll just nuke that. Got a lot of Nova Hellkites. The first Nova Hellkite. Oh, now you can be playing counter spells, huh? Let's toast that guy. I know he's still going to be drawing him cards. I kind of wish I had Needlehead out. We need one more mana, but we could put the Hellkites out for permanent. I can throw out a Lynx if I need to. Ooh, nice. Is that what I really want to do? Let's put out the Lynx. Yeah, because I want to get him so he's drawing cards, and the Razorkin Needlehead is going to be our friend. He'll be screwing himself over every time he attacks, or at least does damage. Alright, that guy's a problem. Alright, we're good. Yeah, come at me, brah. So you gotta watch out for that manland up there. Yeah, there you go. I need to get a 5th mana so I can start burning things at 4 or less. You've drawn cards. If you want to, you're gonna lose 2. Oh, sweet. I'll have to burn that thing. Gotsta. You look, man. That's fine. Look. Alright, so you can attack me with 2, you're going to lose 4 life out of the deal. It doesn't matter. Still going to happen. I got 4 flying in, man. And we win! And we win! Victory! Alright, put against Miss 0408. Weird. Alright, there's a guy. I'm gonna say I kind of want a little bit more aggro guys. I mean, these are cool. I don't want to pass them up, but I'd like to have a little bit more dudes involved. Keep. What is your cat doing over here? Crapping on my dirt. All right, is it? Doesn't like my guy. Alright, let's hold off. I can instant that thing. That might have been under it, because if you can throw something else out now, you can get that thing up. Still, you can't get above 2, so we should be fine. Burn it! Burninate the countryside. Burninate the villages. It's Trogdor! Alright, now we're stuck. We gotta get to 5 mana before we can do anything, but we knew what we could do. We got some control. I'd love just to go for this guy's face, but yeah, I'll waste this one first, is what I'll do. Hopefully it won't just be putting out more stupid otters. Cubert, there's some nacho cheese energon cubes for you. Suck it! What can you do with that 1 mana? Nothing. Alright, I'm hoping we can pick up a mana is what we could do. This guy have prowess? We'll rip that guy apart. Alright, he's trying, but his combo's been defeated at this point. Let's just go out there and Screaming Nemesis. Screaming! That looks like Cat Dookie right there. Alright, right to the face. And no life gain for you. Not that like you're playing life gain, but still. Ah, there we go. Boing, yoing, 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 yoing. And it's gone. Oh, that was beautiful. Alright, we got a lightning strike and a dragon. That ends the game. Hopefully Trogdor can hang out for another turn there. Remember when something used to be a spider, it's not, it's just an auto wizard. It automatically had reach. That doesn't happen anymore, does it? And we win, and we win. Victory! Alright, playing against UltraFish. Keep. Oh, I gotta do so much to prep this thing. I just can't stand the lights being on. Like, this is the worst because, like, you know, stuff will catch fire, and that's not cool, man. This place looks rickety enough as it is. Alright, here we go. Alright, we'll see what he does. He's playing enchantments, because otherwise you would be playing Optimistic Scavenger, which means we could see Shelter by Ghost eventually here. Station. I'll tell you, we're going to go for the Emberheart Challenger. I like the idea of having those guys out with prowess when I got lightning strikes on hand. Yeah, that guy needs to get trashed. Yoink. And Hard Claw. All right, Nova Hellkite ought to finish this thing up with me is what I'm thinking. There you go. And then he's going to steal an Emberheart Challenger. And we got to kill off that guy. We need another mana to be able to do it, though. Yeah, see, we're getting screwed by life gain. Pay the full meal deal. Get our guy back out. See if he's willing to... Nope, he just wants to sit there and take it. Alright, we'll take out the life gains that we'll have to do. Alright, that's not cool. Alright, you want to block? Nope, you don't. You just want to take it. Because this will help nip my life gain in the bud. Doesn't like that at all. Alright, cool. He's going to create a fish. Fish is going to block. All right, that doesn't amount for anything. Trample doesn't make a difference. Let's just let it go then. All right, Needlehead. And we're still good with the Lightning Strike if need be. As long as he's gaining a life, we can just Lightning Strike him to the face. Like right now, we can do it. Let's get him before that thing lands. Boom, boom! Boom, boom! Goes the room. Boom, boom. Victory! All right, played against DjoneRafael. DjoneRafael. Let's do that. Keep. Ooh, for being a red deck, aggro deck, we have to go a long way. So we could put a dude down. That's not cool. Alright, next guy right there. Unfortunately, he doesn't have haste. Next turn, we can finally start playing guys. Really playing like Rakdos Dinosaur against me or something? That's weird. Alright, it's all haste and damage from this point forward. Oof, do I have to kill that guy off? I do. Alright, that was crazy, because I just didn't want to be pulling back Super Dinosaur there. Alright, 3! Let's go for it. Here we come. What are you doing with your cards? I know you want to kill. The question is, are you going to do damage, or are you just going to destroy? You're just going to destroy. Alright, I got a lot more that comes from. Yeah, that's fine. Come at me, brah. Well, 1 point of damage, that's what we do. Alright, down to 14. I know, we're waiting. We gotta get 2 more lands. That's what we gotta do. 2 more. And we're not getting it. Alright, this is Screaming Nemesis, what we're gonna do. Scream! Scream! Ooh, really? I mean, that'll nip any life gain he's got in the bud. I like that. I'm not thinking he's going to be playing life gain with those colors. Maybe black, but it's hard to say. All right, there we go. He's got 9. What do we have here? Oh, dang it all to hell. That's a problem. See, I could potentially take it out with a nice lightning strike. I need to grab Absolute Virtue. All right, Cubert, you're swimming underneath things over there? That's interesting. What has happened to Mr. DJohn? Starting to rope out for some reason. I will make use of this if he's, like, you know, away from keyboard at the moment. Hope he's back. All right, we can slaughter some people, and that's what matters here. Interesting. All right, we got 2 more. Let's hard claw this place. That's a minimum of 2 damage right there. And if you only block 1, then that's 3. It comes at me and I can get a Hellkite out, then I can totally come in with like 11 plus 2, be like 14. There's the Absolute Virtue. I'm just going to try. And we win! Why? What happened there? And we win! Victory! Alright, playing against the 7th Samurai. 2 mana. Alright, keep. We're looking good. You guys playing mono red as well? All right, I got to get out Needlehead at this point. Needlehead, Needlehead. If he attacks, he'll soon be dead. Likes discarding, apparently. Ooh, he's playing Izzet. Keep drawing those cards, hippie. Alright, there's full on 3. Let's put out another guy. And let's go in. There we go. Snip. And we win! Suck it, suckerfish! Suck it! Alright, so we are with red deck wins, 9.27. Yeah, it was fantastic. I liked it. You know, the weird part is that I know this is pretty much a standard, like, mono red aggro. For some reason, it felt different. I mean, you always see Screaming Nemesis and Nova Hellkite in it. Half the time, you get to see Sunspine Lynx in there, Sunspine Lynx. My big thing is I really like seeing Razorkin Needlehead in there. He's not super aggro, but, you know, he nails people regularly. To me, he's perfect in a Rakdos deck. That kind of grinding, you know, like pingy damage thing. I love that crap. And I love putting in a good Rakdos deck where you got black and red both working on causing 1 point of damage for each of these things per turn. You get a whole bunch of it together. That's what I really liked about this deck. It felt really good to have there. The other weird card in this deck is Scorching Shot. You know, 5 points of damage to a target creature. It's kind of limited, but there's a lot of good things you could take out for 5 or less. If it gets out there and it gets in your way, you're nuking it. That's good. Yeah, this deck had a really good like feel to it. It was able to handle a lot of issues, and it was aggro. I liked getting hasty guys out. Still, haste didn't happen, you know, I guess turn 2, so that's not too bad. Just like, this is not haste, this is not haste, that's not haste, that guy's not haste. But we got the Hellkite and the Nemesis and the Challenger were haste. I got 50% haste deck, kind of like that. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. I wanted it to be a little bit more aggro than it was. Still, this is red deck wins, and it's a winny type of deck. I ended up having a 73% win rate with this deck, which is high. That's a high rate. So there you go. Let's look at it then. Who was the MVP? Who was the most valuable player? I'm going to say it's Screaming Nemesis. The reason why Hellkite was super cool, because you get him out for 3 and for 5, and he does a little bit of damage. But Screaming Nemesis' ability to just nip like life gain decks in the bud, yeah, that to me was the best. Because I can tell you the biggest kryptonite of an aggro red deck is life gain. And being able to say, no, that's not going to happen. I mean, of course, they have to, like, you know, block it. But things you have, things like, I don't care, Burst Lighting or Lightning Strike or Abrade that you can play on your own Nemesis. Even Scorching Shot, man, I do overkill on it. Just so I can do damage to the opponent to keep them from being able to use Lifelink. Yeah, that is really good. So I'm going to give it to Screaming Nemesis. I thought he was the MVP of this deck. He's the most valuable player. Congratulations, weird-looking Sauron guy. You are going to Disneyland. All right, was this deck competitive? Like I said, I got a 73% win rate. This is definitely a competitive deck. Yeah, you could grind your way on up to Mythic with this if you wanted to. Yeah, go right ahead. It was really good. Was this deck fun? Absolutely. 1 and 2. Look at that power pack there. We were playing things within the first 2 rounds. You didn't need very much land. How much land do we even have in it? 23? That's a lot for this deck. I doubt you even needed that much. There was one time I played this deck, I got way too much land, but the vast majority of the time it was fine. So I'd say 23 is okay, but you could play a little bit less if you really wanted to. Yeah, this is definitely a fun deck to play. Lastly, was it interesting? I'm going to say vaguely. The reason why is because it had Needlehead, it had the Lynx. Other than that, this is a pretty standard, like, red aggro deck. Scorching Shot, sure. Yeah, it just had some slightly different cards in there that made it interesting to me. I don't see anything from Spider-Man. So, yeah, we didn't pick anything up in the last set. But still, I think that Edge, was it the Edge of Eternities, or the last set was called. That set was pretty top shelf, in my opinion. While the Spider-Man one kind of sucks. So, I don't care. As long as we're still playing with Edge of Eternities, I think we're good. Yeah. So there we go. Let's add this thing up. Was this deck competitive? Yes. Was this deck fun? Yeah. Was it interesting? Yeah, it was all right. So I'm going to give this one a standard A, an A deck. And if you decide to play with this deck, I hope that you have as much fun as I did. That's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the secret underground headquarters of Uncommonly Good MTG, have a great day. In the words of my people, screw you guys, I'm going home. Bye.